Hey friends! Alright, so here's what we're going to do today. And this one might be a little bit of a challenge in that I'm going to ask you to think about yourself for a minute and start thinking about all of your character traits. All of those things that kind of make you who you are as a person. So now that you've thought about it, think about a word that describes you, who you really are. Something that, you might do for others or, just any word. And once you have that word, what we're going to do is we're going to take that word and we're going to turn it into an illustration. And so I hope you've really thought of a positive word, because thinking about positive things about yourself it's not the easiest. Sometimes we don't really do that. And when we do, sometimes we think about words describing our outward selves. That might be easier than trying to describe things about our inward selves, especially when, we've all kind of been cooped up inside for a while, and it's not always easy to see ourselves in a positive light. What are those good things about us? What are those things that we do? And in fact, my husband had to help me think of my own word. I'm not good at thinking about myself in a positive light. I'll admit that, So in doing this, what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to create like a little graffiti word. So this is my word. The word is selfless. I try to do a lot of things that I can for others, and I try to be as helpful and as giving as I can, whether it's towards my family or just whoever might need me. I try to put others usually before myself. So that is my word. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw on a piece of paper. Now, you may not have a large size piece of paper like I had handy at the time to create this word. And if you've only got a small piece of paper, that is fine. It's going to be your next challenge. So once you have your word, one thing that you might want to do is sit and think about how you're going to draw it onto your sheet of paper. One thing that may come in handy is a ruler. And what you may want to do is start thinking about how many letters you have, how big your sheet of paper is, and how many inches you're going to give to each letter, depending on what it is. Your word may be hopeful or giving or just whatever your word might be, and how much space you're going to give to each letter. Now, another thing that I do with my kids is I do create font folders for them. So when we do projects like this that specialize in letters and fonts and, graffiti art, just whatever it might be. Again, I've gone on to Google and websites, and so I just create these pages, and we look for all these lettering techniques. A lot of them have not created these before. And so this allows them to just kind of figure out how to space their letters and create them a little bit bigger on the page. They know they're not allowed to trace, which is another reason we do this really big paper, because it's going to look really silly to have these teeny tiny letters on these huge, huge papers. So once you're done with this video and the directions, which are pretty simple and basic, you can then go on to Google and do the same thing. Just type in fonts, type in graffiti words, just whatever you need to, and it'll bring up different ideas the same way it did for me. And I was able to just pull all these up and save them. I think I got some of these even on Pinterest and was able to print them out. Some of these even gave me just some patterns. So, and bye. So that we could learn and do different things. So that's going to be your next step. So first you're going to come up with a word to kind of describe yourself. You're going to then create your letters and draw them on your page. The next thing I did was just kind of colored it in. Some of the kids like the fact that I did like these double colors, and it doesn't have to be. Some of them did a color for each letter. Some of them kept them all one color. You know, the possibilities are limitless. It's just however you want to decorate it. But that is your challenge today. Go and think of a positive word to describe you and create your background. Make sure your background is simple so it doesn't take away from your design. Good luck. Let me know what you have. Send me your designs when you're done. You can send them to my Twitter handle, and that is at Mrs. Mims and the number 1. I would love to see what you guys are busy creating at home, how many of the projects you've tried and had success with. You can always comment below. Let me know how all these are working out for you. I would love to hear it, or if you have any suggestions for anything we should do, or if you just want to hit me up and chat. I'm all right. But you guys go on and take care of yourselves. I hope you're doing great. And to all my little ones that are busy watching this, Mrs. Mims loves you and she misses you all tremendously. Take care of yourselves. I hope I see you soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.